What's going on, everybody? So this video is very special for Doom Eternal's second birthday. I decided to react to my very first time experiencing the Taras Nabad Slayer Gate. So I actually still have some really old Doom Eternal footage, raw footage that I used for my first impression video on Doom Eternal 2 years ago when the game was first released. And yeah, I almost forgot that I still have this video. And yeah, this is literally me back in March 22nd, 2020, experiencing this Slayer Gate for the first time here. And obviously, I was still trying to learn the game. So I remember I had no idea how to fight this freaking archvile. I was playing on nightmare difficulty. I remember I died once here. And yeah, you could tell, I still haven't gotten the hang of, playing this game properly. I was still kind of treating it like 2016 in a way. For example, nowadays, I would be abusing, the meat hook and all that stuff. But back then, I didn't really, I didn't really see, the value of meat hook in the early days of Eternal. And yeah, look at that. See, I remember I still die there. And man, that archvile, I remember I had no idea how to fight him in that big open courtyard. I remember I totally died a couple of times here just because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I think on the second attempt, I actually did manage to beat it, I think. So yeah, right here, I was like, man, this archvile is a lot more bullet spongier than I thought here. And yep, the good old days where I used to use the freaking, what do you call it, ballista rocket a lot here, because back then it felt very strong. And this was at a time when I didn't use I didn't use the glory kill indicator thing, but eventually I turned it on mainly because blood punch, you don't want to accidentally blood punch targets. And another thing is, what is it, god, it's just that in Doom Eternal, I feel it's much harder to tell when a demon is staggered. So yeah, this is how I played, back in freaking launch day of Eternal. I wasn't really that great of a player. I didn't really I just didn't really kind of understand the mechanics as well I do now. What is it? I recently did a horde mode because I actually haven't played horde mode on launch day. So I took a break from Eternal, and eventually I felt what is it? I felt I have enough energy to play Eternal again, and I did my first horde mode playthrough on Nightmare, and I was surprised that I managed to beat it completely deathless and with no BFG too. But if horde mode came out on launch day, there was no way I would have been able to do stuff like that. Because yeah, just look how I'm playing here. I could see so many the mistakes, just so many the bad things and stuff. Yeah, see, I didn't get the freaking meat hook. What is it? I mean, not the meat hook, the loot magnet. Generally loot magnet around this stage of the game is very good. But even, even though back then I wasn't a good of a player, I think I still kind of had good awareness and positioning, just because of all the hard snap maps that I made. Yeah, back then I still didn't really understand how to fight these guys there. The freaking whiplash. So I was just trying to experiment with whatever weapon felt it was good. So back then, I thought using the arbalist and the super shotgun was very strong, because in Doom 2016, the Gauss cannon with the precision bolt mod, it was actually really strong to do that, and then switch to the super shotgun. But in Doom Eternal, the arbalist to the super shotgun combo is really not that great. And then I found out the regular ballista shot is better with the super shotgun. And this was on the Xbox One too, just in case you haven't realized, because you know all my footage is on the Series X. I could definitely see like the textures not being like as sharper as the Series X here. And yeah, the Arbalest, like I definitely learned to love the Arbalest really quickly. And it still is like my favorite mod for the ballista to use. But yeah, it's kind of funny to like just watch this, you know. Like, you know, if you watch this footage, you could tell like this guy, I mean, if you saw like footage from this player, you could tell like this guy, you know, is not really that experienced, and there's no way, you know, he's going to beat it on Ultra Nightmare. But who knows, you know? Because the thing is, this guy, you know, I mean, this footage that you're watching, this player, he has beaten the game many times on Ultra Nightmare, on all like the content. Mainly just because I grinded the game a lot. I just kind of like learned so many things as I played through the game. Oh, there it is, the Super Shotgun Ballista. I actually used that there. But yeah, like, you could totally see like the big difference between this gameplay footage and like my Ultra Nightmare guide videos and all that stuff. And yeah, I use the remote detonation rockets because, you know, I came from 2016 and remote detonation rockets were amazing in 2016. Eventually, I kind of found out like the remote detonation rockets were not really as good in this game compared to 2016. And then I started switching to lock-on. Like, remote detonation is still good in Eternal. Like, it still has its usage, but it's much less valued in this game. As you guys could see, like, I keep forgetting about like using my meat hook here. And back then I thought the meat hook wasn't really that great. Like, that was the funny thing here. But then I kind of realized, you know, it has a super low cooldown, and of course the 30 additional armor. Like, the game is basically telling you to use it, so eventually I started abusing it. Yeah, this is taking like forever because I thought like I didn't have like the health to fight the Cyber Demon, and back then I still kind of didn't know like how to properly get rid of the Cyber Demon, even though you know, he's not really that hard to like dodge his attacks and all that stuff. Like on the, what was that Slayer Gate, the Arc Complex, I actually managed to beat that on first try on my Nightmare Blind playthrough. I think that's it for the Slayer Gate, right? Yeah, it's just the Cyber Demon. And yeah, that was my very first time, you know, experiencing the Taras Nabad Slayer Gate, you know. Back when Doom Eternal was a brand new game. Back when I was still a scrub at this game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little, you know, trip back to the past. You know, I only have like footage of Taras Nabad as far as like my launch day experience goes, but yeah, it's always cool to come back and just kind of like see you know, see how you played back in those times versus now. And yeah, I actually do still got like a little bit more footage of this, what is it, of this level. So yeah, this is kind of like the fight after I did the Slayer Gate here, but we're not gonna go anymore. We're gonna just end it here. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys, and I don't know like what video I'm gonna be uploading next here, but I will start uploading videos once I have something that's worth uploading.